Now, Israeli forces have abducted over a dozen Palestinians in East Jerusalem, al-Quds and the occupied West Bank. The abductions were made in the Israeli soldiers' overnight raids on Palestinian homes. Tel Aviv has cited no reason for the move. Nearly 400 Palestinians have been arrested in raids in the occupied West Bank and East Jerusalem, al-Quds over the last 3 weeks. They come on top of the more than 5,000 Palestinians who are already held in Israeli jails. Well, let's go to Ramallah and talk to Press TV's Mona Kandil, correspondent there. Mona, first of all, what do we know about the fate of these kidnapped Palestinians?
Well, actually, 20 Palestinians have been arrested this morning. Of course, they will be interrogated. They will be beaten by Israeli soldiers during the interrogation in order maybe to force them to admit or say something they didn't do. Because actually, those who were arrested are usually detained for taking part in demonstrations and protest of the Israeli ongoing illegal measures, or even for throwing rocks against the Israeli armored vehicles. As you know, there is a no Israeli law that would convict any Palestinian for throwing rocks on the Israeli soldiers. That he would be arrested for a sentence can reach to 20 years. Actually, the 20 Palestinians were arrested, among them 10 in Hebron, 7 in Jerusalem, al-Isawiyi, as well as Jabal al-Mukabbir. Also yesterday, there was a lady visiting her husband in the Beit Saba jail, actually, and the Israeli soldiers held her with her 2 children while visiting her husband. Her name is Nihal Ghanem Qawadri. According to the Palestinian prisoner committee, is saying that they are exerting efforts in order to release her with her 2 children. The Israeli forces didn't say why they are keeping her, but it's a kind of punishing the Palestinian prisoners as well as their families. Ghawadri's husband had been rearrested last June after he was released during the latest Israeli swap deal in exchange for Israeli soldier Gilad Shalit. Well, also today, Israeli so-called Shin Bet, the security forces, revealed that Israel last September has arrested more than 30 Palestinians affiliated with the Islamic Hamas movement. The Israeli forces are saying that those 30 were planning to carry out attacks against Israeli targets, mainly a soccer stadium in Jerusalem, as well as a light rail system in the city, and car bombings, kidnappings of Israelis in the West Bank. Also, the Israeli forces also say that when those 30 Palestinians have been arrested, they found with them 2 M16 firearms as well as ammunition. Of course, we cannot know if this issue is 100% right, because it's the Israeli story, and these are the information Israeli media are saying. Maybe those Palestinians didn't commit anything. They are maybe they could be just normal Palestinians taking part in demonstrations.
And Mona, has there been any statement by the Palestinian Unity Government or any act of condemnation?
Well, actually, till the moment, we didn't hear anything from the Palestinian government. But as you know, every day there are ongoing arrests against Palestinians. And for the Palestinians, it became something normal to hear that at least a dozen Palestinians had been arrested in Jerusalem or in the West Bank, especially following the last month's clashes that have been taking in Jerusalem. Israeli forces are tightening its grip against the city, against the Palestinians. They continue storming and raiding Palestinian homes, neighbors at night, and arresting Palestinians.
All right. Press TV's Mona Kandil reporting from Ramallah. Thanks, Mona.